You cannot have love without respect, as I've said here many times. If your ex broke up with you, they have lost some, if not all, respect for you. So until you get that respect back, they will not have any desire to come back. So how do you get that respect back? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Lucia. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And welcome back to my beautiful No Contact Army. If you were trying to download my app Silencio last week, it was offline in the App Store for a few days, but we are back, baby. And the link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. And if you too would like to join our No Contact Army, it's very simple. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com, where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. That's No Contact Secrets. Okay, so how to get back your ex's respect so that they will want to get you back. There are 4 things you want to do. Number 1 is non-reaction. Remember our No Contact Army slogan, we don't react, we do no contact. That's why I say when someone breaks up with you, don't fight or argue with them, calmly give them the breakup and just walk away. And if you listen to the video titled My Breakup, which is about the breakup that led me to specializing in helping me people get their ex back, and I'll put the link to that video up in the right-hand corner on YouTube. When that guy broke up with me, within 5 minutes, I texted him back and I said, okay, no problem. I wish you the best, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And by the way, it's been almost 10 years since we first started dating. And guess who is still in my DMs and watching my stories sometimes, even though we haven't talked in almost 4 years because of something that he did. And of course, like a good little dismissive avoidant, I am still ignoring him because he hasn't said anything significant in 4 years. So, non-reaction shows that you have self-control, and that's always attractive. Nobody, male or female, wants a partner who's out of control. At the very least, it's an inconvenience. At the very most, it's dangerous to be with someone who's out of control. Your ex knows that you're not happy with the breakup, and they know you want to talk about it, and that you want to try to get them back, but instead you're controlling yourself and you're being an adult instead of throwing tantrums and calling them, crying and begging for them to come back. You're showing emotional restraint and maturity by being non-reactive. Do not underestimate the power of non-reaction. It's one of the strongest tools in your toolbox for getting an ex back. Number 2 is patience. By staying in no contact instead of trying to get them back, you appear powerful and strong. Powerful people never appear rushed, and they never rush. People adapt to their pace. So don't let your ex rush you. And by that I mean if they contact you and they don't say something significant, you don't respond just because they contacted you. You're not in a rush to get them back, even if you are. If they're not going to approach you correctly, because it's not worth it. As I said, it's been 4 years since I talked to my ex because he hasn't said anything significant. And you drastically lower your chances of getting them back if you respond every single time. So by not responding to breadcrumbs, you're signaling to your ex that you're strong and strength is always attractive. Why wouldn't it be? Who wants a weak partner? Do you know of anyone who wants a weak partner? If they do, it's because they want to use them and exploit them and manipulate them. Other than that, no. So especially if they know that you have an anxious attachment style and they would have bet their last dollar that you were going to respond to their breadcrumbs. Also, when you don't respond to breadcrumbs, you end up not having petty arguments. You are above that and you will only respond to a significant message. Finally, patience also gives you a regal air. Have you ever seen a member of the royal family rushing or running? Probably not, unless they were in a race. And patience also works in reverse when they start to show interest in you, in the sense that if you make them wait for you to decide whether you're going to forgive them, whether you're going to get back with them, they will respect you more. This is why you don't want to jump when your ex says they want you back, or they want to see you, or they want to talk to you, unless, of course, you cheated or took them for granted. So you don't make it easy to get back with you. And you do this for two reasons. One, you want to see how strong their resolve is. When you make them wait, you'll find out if they really want you back. If they're not willing to be patient, then do they really want you back? Years ago when I was living in Italy, I told a story before about I dated the guy and he had just gotten out of a relationship. So his ex found out and she wanted him back. Then he was seeing the two of us and I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing that. So I stopped that and they were together for another year. And then finally he came back and I was seeing someone else. And so he said to me, well, then I'll wait. He goes, I love you and I'll wait as long as I have to. He was patient. So when you make them wait and don't immediately get back with them, their respect for you goes up. And in fact, my boyfriend in Italy, he eventually wanted to marry me. Okay. Number 3, to gain someone's respect back is boldness. You're demonstrating boldness by ignoring them when you don't respond to breadcrumbs and when you're not contacting them, trying to get them back, especially if you were never bold or rarely bold in your relationship. And people freak out, well, my clients freak out when I tell them to ignore a text or a phone call from an ex. I can see that some of y'all have never done that. You really should try it sometime. You would be surprised at what you find out. So your ex will wonder, what the heck happened to you all of a sudden? Because you're now signaling that you must have some hidden resources. Something or someone is backing up this new boldness and confidence, and they want to know who or what it is. Damn it. You're communicating that you have more confidence than they thought you had. You're communicating that you have a backup plan that they didn't know about. So being bold is going to make up for those of you who were needy or doormats in your relationships. People respect what they can't control. People respect what is unpredictable. They definitely would have never predicted that you would ignore them if they contacted you after they broke up with you. And yet, here you are, ignoring them, as per my instructions, as per my marching orders to my little soldiers. And by the way, if you're finding this helpful, be sure to hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithm will recommend this video to more people and they too can find out how to gain respect from their ex. Thank you. And then finally, the last way to get back your ex's respect is to ask for the moon. When you ask for the moon, people may not like it, and they may not give it to you, but their respect for you definitely goes up. And by the way, this works in business too. And when you ask for very little and they give it to you, they lose respect for you. But when you ask for a lot, even if they don't give it to you and you negotiate something less, the fact that you were bold enough to ask raises their respect for you. That's why you absolutely have to ask the 6 questions that I talk about in my video, 6 questions to ask when your ex wants you back. And of course, I'll link that in the upper right-hand corner on YouTube. People's respect and interest level in you goes up when you're willing to have tough conversations. And often people don't want to ask the 6 questions because it is a tough conversation. And sometimes they live to regret it when they don't ask the questions. So whether you're trying to get an ex back or you're in a relationship and you're not happy, don't be afraid to have those tough conversations. They actually bring you closer besides raising their respect for you. And you definitely have to make them pay a price, which is one of the 6 questions. How are you going to make this up to me? And I'm not necessarily talking monetarily. When you're deciding what the price should be, ask for the moon. If they really want you back, they're going to have to pay that price. And then they'll think twice about ever breaking up with you again. Okay? So now I want to hear from you. What do you think that you did or didn't do in your relationship that caused your ex to lose respect for you and eventually break up with you? Please comment below. And if you would like my help to get your ex back, please contact me at theartoflove.net and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website. And the direct link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.